Have you ever wondered if ChatGPT can really help us find reversal points in the Forex market? In this video, I have a rather challenging mission. I want to trade in a fast in, fast out style, aiming for quick profits using only pin bars and Bollinger Bands. So I asked ChatGPT to help me write a fully functional indicator to develop it into a strategy that can actually be traded. And when I saw the results, I have to say I was absolutely shocked. It was able to generate over 750% profit in just 1 year. But I'm not telling my friends to believe me. I want my friends to see the real test results first, and then we'll go back and dig deeper into the trading methods. But if my friends like this video clip, don't forget to like it, share it, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any good world clips in the next episode, or choose to receive free techniques via the Line Ad Trade School solution that's currently on the screen. If you're ready, let's go. That wraps up the tough test over the past year on the EUR/USD pair using the 15-minute time frame on the Tickmill broker's chart. Tickmill is a broker with a Tier 1 global license, specifically the FCA license from the UK, so you can rest assured about deposit and withdrawal security. Plus, the average spread plus commission is extremely low. My main trading account is also with Tickmill. If anyone wants to open an account with Tickmill, I've included the account opening link below. As you can see, it's been a really intense run like this. I used a risk per trade of 5% with a capital of $10,000 and an RR of 1.5. The system's win rate is at 62.96%, which is quite high. Most importantly, over the past 10 months, it has generated a profit of up to 748%, which is extremely high. There were a total of 81 trades with 51 wins and only 30 losses. The profit factor is at 2.55. And most importantly, the maximum drawdown, even though this is a scalping strategy. On a small time frame, specifically the 15-minute time frame, the maximum drawdown is only 12.44%. This is with an RR of 1.5. So I can confidently say that working with ChatGPT has been extremely effective. Now, let's take a look at how each step of the trading process works. Please continue watching. Hello, and welcome to this update video on the performance of the first and only gold trading AI in Thailand called Gold Hunter, which has been generating continuous profits for 16 consecutive months. This AI is certified by MyFexBook with no blown accounts like some others. Now, let's take a look at the latest results for July 2024 to see whether the AI Gold Hunter was able to make a profit. Looking at the most recent update for October 2024, which just ended, it achieved a profit of 3.99%, just a little more, and it would have been 4%. This marks the 5th consecutive profitable month, starting from March and continuing without interruption. As a result, the total growth has reached 83.38% in the equity curve. It's reached a new all-time high every month, with the average monthly profit at 3.9% or about 4% per month. As for the maximum drawdown, as I mentioned, I designed the AI Gold Hunter to generate profits with low risk. The drawdown remains low at 11.78%, just like last month. Anyone who watched the previous update video will surely remember this. The relative drawdown, as shown on MyFexBook, is only 1.04%, so it's definitely safe and nothing to worry about. That should wrap up this update. As you can see, the Gold Hunter account has now entered its 17th month, consistently generating profits. We have gained over 1,000 new investors and members. I'd also like to take this opportunity to update everyone about the new AI that everyone has been waiting for, AI Forex Alpha, which is about to launch this month. This AI is designed to analyze Forex market behavior, something many of you have been asking about for years. If it wasn't truly effective, we definitely wouldn't be recommending it to you. So now our AI lineup will be complete. We now cover the gold, Forex, and cryptocurrency markets with our AIs. Existing members will also receive a discount on the AI Forex Hunter during the early bird period. Don't forget to stay updated by contacting us via the Line or School account, which is currently displayed on your screen or will be shown after this. This video is the latest update for AI Gold Hunter, now entering its 17th month. Thank you very much for following along, and I'll see you again in next month's update. For those who have made profits, don't forget to reinvest and grow your investments further. Please don't spend it all carelessly. That's all for today. Goodbye. Okay, let's set up the system's playbook for today. I'm really excited. I'm using the Bollinger bands here, the orange colored bands. As you can see, there are upper and lower bands. I've removed the middle band because we don't need it. Now, let's look at the settings. For the Bollinger bands, I'm using a period of 40, and for the standard deviation, I'm using 2. For those who still can't figure out their own system, I strongly recommend just following along with me for now. That means set the Bollinger bands exactly as I do for the time being. Once you get better, you can optimize it yourself. Once you get the hang of it, you can adjust the Bollinger band period number here to fit the product or time frame you want. Another thing I'll be using today is the pin bar. So what is a pin bar? It's a candlestick with a long wick, indicating a reversal pattern like this. The pin bar typically has a short body and a long tail. For today, I had ChatGPT help me write the code for it. The condition for the tail is that it must be at least 75% of the total height of the candlestick. Is that clear? But I don't pay attention to the color. Let me emphasize again about the pin bar. For example, here is a bearish pin bar or a pin bar for trading a downtrend. I don't care about the color. That means if this one is green, but it forms a pin bar with a tail that's 75%, it will still trigger a sell signal. This is an example of a bullish pin bar. See? When the tail is 75% long, it will display the pin bar label right away. Here, this is a pin bar buy. But for today's special clip, I've already written a combined method for you. That is, whenever the Bollinger bands are at the bottom like this and a bullish pin bar forms, it should immediately display a buy label. Also, make sure to scan whether that pin bar has a 75% tail or not. And another thing to look for is, if it's like this, see? It's also a pin bar but in a bearish form. Whenever the tail is 75% long and it appears overlapping with the upper band of the Bollinger bands, it should display a tag. You can immediately trigger a sell order here. It's very convenient. I've written it just as you see right now. Try applying it yourself. I hope this clip will inspire. Those of you who don't know how to code, not to worry, you can write it yourself now. You can use the script I provided, or you can come up with your own. If you have a hypothesis, like wanting to combine this price action with any indicator, you can write your own script for that as well. This method helps you write scripts that can be turned into indicators right away. Here's another one. In this case, I didn't have ChatGPT write it because it already exists. It's the EMA, the white line. I used the pivot EMA 55. Let's take a look at why we need to use the pivot EMA 5 as well, step by step in the trading process. So stay tuned and let's go through each step together. In the case of an uptrend, the first step is extremely simple. I will wait for it to break through, or in other words, break the lower band of the Bollinger bands. Whenever there's a breakout, we consider that as entering step 1. I want you to visualize this. There's a breakout at this candlestick. For me, a breakout doesn't have to close below. Just touching it is enough. Step 2 follows right after. There must be a 75% pin bar with the band. The indicator that I had ChatGPT write and combine everything will display a label when the condition is met. As I just mentioned to you all in step 2, for example, as you can see in the image, a 75% pin bar has formed. Look at the wick, it appears right at the lower band of the Bollinger bands. So a label will be displayed. The tag will indicate to buy right here. But after buying here, in step 3, I actually won't buy just yet. If you watch this clip and don't finish it, if you only watch up to this point and rush to buy, you'll definitely lose. In step 3, I'll use the EMA 5 filter, which is the 5-period EMA. That means I'll only buy when the closing price is above the 5-period EMA. But in this case, as you can see, I would probably buy right here. But I want to add an asterisk here. Whenever the closing price closes below this low, this is the low, right? Listen carefully. If the closing price ever closes below the low of the pin bar, you should cancel everything. And that means cancel all the setups. But in this case, it didn't happen. I'm just mentioning it in case it does. I'll show you an example in a moment of what to do if it ever closes below. You should cancel all the steps. But in this case, since it didn't close below, it's considered okay. So I'll wait for a candlestick that shows bullishness, filtering it once more with the EMA 5. When you find this, that's step 3. Once you've completed all 3 steps, you can go ahead and place your order. Step 4 is the final step. Open a buy position at the closing price of the candlestick that closes above the EMA 5. Set your stop loss at the low of the pin bar and use a risk-reward ratio of 1.5 times. Here, the take profit has already been hit. Yeah. If you want to continue learning, how can you do that? Let's take a look. If you want to keep learning, you need to look for candlesticks that form the same pattern I mentioned earlier. That is, there's a breakout and then a 75% pin bar forms. Keep observing. Here, you can see there's a breakout, right? The breakout happened from this candle, breaking through the lower band, and then a 75% pin bar formed right here. This indicator was written by ChatGPT. Wow, looks cool. Should we buy right away? Not yet. When should we buy? Not just yet. Why? Because the image filter hasn't been met yet. Second, this right here is the point where we can actually buy. Why? Because the closing price is able to close above the white EMA line right here. This is the key point where we place our order. So I go in right away with a risk-reward ratio of 1.1.5 and set the stop loss at the low of the pin bar like this. And then it hit the take profit successfully again. See? Isn't that easy, guys? Now, let's look at an example of a downtrend trade. First, there needs to be a break above the upper band. Okay, which it does well here. Correct. Next, the second step, which is the easiest, is what? Wait for a 75% pin bar to form overlapping the upper band. Is this correct? This candle isn't the one yet. This one is this candle right here. The question is, why isn't this candle the right one? Because it doesn't reach 75%. That's what I believe. But this candle is 75%, and it also overlaps the upper band. In this case, ChatGPT, the indicator I coded and combined, shows a sell signal. The question is, do we sell right away? Not yet. When do we sell? We sell when the closing price is below the white EMA line, which is this candle. That's the step where, right? If you see this situation, you can go ahead and place an order. But here's the catch. If there's a closing price that closes above, let's say the high of this pin bar candle here, for example, if in the future a candle closes above this point, then you should cancel everything and abandon the trade. Remember my words carefully, because this will help filter out bad trades. But in this case, that doesn't happen. So we go ahead and open a sell order at this price right here. Set the stop loss at the high of the pin bar above. And as for the price, well, it's just like where I went. It's not difficult at all, guys. Okay, it's quite accurate, more than 60%. Okay, let's continue to look at it. Let me emphasize this a little bit. Neko, look, this is an example of a leg. Okay? The price is still soft in the middle. We still don't bias the seaweed until it breaks. Here, it breaks above. Yeah, the break above isn't enough. It goes up right away, 75%, the ground bar, because the indicator tells you to open the sell. See? It's super convenient, but is it a sell signal yet? Not yet, because the closing price here is still borderline. It hasn't closed below yet. There's still a clear 5 here. We want it to be really clear before we enter, okay? This one closed higher. Let's continue. This candlestick here, can you guys see it? Yeah. This red candlestick closed below the EMA 5, see? It's clear. So we open a sell position at this candlestick and set the stop loss at the high of the pin bar above here, up at 1.5 times. It's super easy, really, really easy. Here, we just go for it. Let's take our profit first. I'm sure you guys can keep up. This episode is easy, right? Now let's see what happens here. There's a break below the lower band, a long move down. So what happens next? There's a 75% reversal pattern forming. I wait for a candlestick to close above the white EMA line, which is this candlestick right here. So I enter an order and set the risk-reward ratio. This one is 1.97. Let's see, 1.97 is reached. So we make a profit within the period. It didn't take long. If we look at a 1.5 risk-reward, how many candles did it take? Entered on this candle, right? Each is 15 minutes, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 candles, so just a little over an hour. And the take profit was hit, just like that. Now, let's look at some other examples. Let's look at another important example. Take a close look at this trend. Observe the chart carefully to see which direction it's breaking, whether it's breaking upward or downward. Here, you'll notice it breaks above the upper band. This sets up a downtrend because a 75% pin bar also forms, which clearly signals a sell. But we don't sell just yet, because the closing price hasn't closed below the EMA 5. Keep watching, and then we encounter this candle. Hey, this one is really important. What I always emphasize is this, Doi. If there's a closing price that closes higher, if the high of the pin bar forms in this way, I just cancel the trade right there. There's no need to wait to sell anymore. Wait for the next signal instead, okay? Why is that? Because if you sell here, around this area, what happens? You'll get pulled up and you'll end up losing. So, what is the EMA 5 for? What's its purpose? It's there to filter trades in cases where you might get pulled up like this, and a pin bar forms. If you don't use the EMA 5 as a filter, you might end up entering a sell position. You'll get stopped out right away. Your stop loss will be hit, That's the reason behind it. I hope you're all following along, Okay, let's continue. So cancel the trade in that kind of situation like I just mentioned, but even if you don't, the price will just go back up and break the upper band anyway. Therefore, we can just wait and watch for a 75% pin bar setup instead. Oh, here's another signal appearing, see? We can just roughly mark the high here as a reference point. If there's a closing price higher than this, we'll cancel the order, you see? But if the closing price is lower, then we can go ahead and sell. Right here, the close is lower. Can you see that? This candle closed lower, so we can sell right here. I think it's a valid sell because it follows the system. So sell at the closing price and set the stop loss at the high of the pin bar, as usual. The risk-reward ratio is 1.5 times. This is the structure for entering a trade. So that's all done. The take profit was hit, okay? Not difficult at all. I'll quickly capture this for everyone one more time. Whether you're trading an uptrend or a downtrend, let's look at the downtrend first. To summarize, there must first be a break above the upper band. Now, the next step, step 2, is to look for a 75% pin bar that overlaps with the upper band. But there's a condition. The closing price must not break above the high of that 75% pin bar. If it doesn't close above, like this, then you have to use the EMA 5 as an additional filter, one more layer to ensure confidence that there's a chance for the price to continue downward. So here we're executing a professional reversal trade. Don't forget, we're trading short-term gaps. So we need precision and attention to detail. The shorter your trades, the more meticulous you have to be. Everything I've mentioned, don't skip a single line. I'm emphasizing this. And set your risk-reward ratio at just 1.5 times. That's all. Okay, I hope you all like this video. To wrap up, I want to emphasize. Using tools like Changibe doesn't just give you an indicator to trade on your behalf, but it can also be developed into a real practical trading system, just like I demonstrated for you. And most importantly, don't believe it until you've tested the system yourself. The statistics never lie, and knowing your own system well enough can truly transform your trading and your portfolio forever. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on great fast videos in the next episode. For today, I'll take my leave. Alright, I hope you gained some knowledge and made plenty of profit. Goodbye.